To learn the electrocardiogram, we need to learn the functioning of the heart along with that particular waves. That what I mean. Wait a minute. Okay, so four chambers of the heart. Along with the four chambers of the heart, we should know about the conduction procedure of the heart. Conduction procedure. So what I mean, the modified cardiac muscle fiber, which is near the right atria, we called it as pacemaker, isn't it? Pacemaker. So which one that is the pacemaker? That sinoatrial node. Sinoatrial node is the pacemaker, which is creating electrical impulses. Is creating electrical impulses to all over the heart. Then after that, same electrical impulses can be received by atrioventricular node, AV node, and from the AV node, the bundle of His and Purkinje fibers. No need to say all this because we already learned all these particular concepts. So just for information, we are going with. Okay, whenever the pacemaker, sinoatrial node create the electrical impulses of the heartbeat that all spread through the heart in the atria we are talking about, not through complete heart, into the atria. So it will spread in this area, in the atrial region. So that makes the contraction of atria, isn't it? Contraction of atria, which makes the blood from the atria to ventricles that we learned earlier. So now what we have to see here, how it is going to be recorded on ECG. It will be recorded in the form of P wave. Okay, it is recorded in the form of P wave. So we made a notes if you see that in body fluid circulation also. Now the first point, what is P wave? P wave indicates atrial depolarization. P wave indicates atrial depolarization. That means the contraction of atria. That means atrial systole. Okay, so here we are looking only for ECG. That's why I'm not writing the further point. What is the further one? Is that what it result? That contraction of atria result the flow of blood from the atria to ventricle. Okay, so we learned from atrial systole and aspect when we learned the heart. Now I am saying from P wave onwards. That means P wave recorded means what you can understand, that sinoatrial node created electrical impulses and that the electrical impulses is moving all over the atria and that is going to be recorded as P wave. Next, the contraction of ventricles, how it happens. So from the atrioventricular node to the bundle of His to the Purkinje fiber, when electrical impulse is passing on, we record QRS complex. We are going to record the QRS complex. This is QR and S. QRS complex. Okay, so that is what it indicates. QRS complex. QRS complex indicates QRS complex indicates ventricular depolarization. Ventricular depolarization, which means the ventricular systole, which means the contraction of ventricle. Ventricular systole, that means contraction of ventricular systole. We can say here ventricular systole. Okay, so ventricular systole. Actually, we made some more further points that during this particular period of time only, the say that lub sound will come by closing the tricuspid and bicuspid valve to prevent the backward flow of the blood. That no matter. Just what we need to, that we already learned. That's why I'm saying no matter. It's not the meaning like in the need is not don't come, but we learned all that. Just we are now learning the concept of the three basic concepts: P wave, QRS complex, and T wave. What is T wave? What is T wave? T wave is the particular wave during ventricular repolarization. We can say ventricular repolarization. that is T wave. Okay, so T wave indicates ventricular repolarization. So that I am writing here. T wave, ventricular repolarization. Up to here is enough for NEET actually, that we have much more information in our textbook. The PR, QT interval, QRS, PT interval, segments are there, ST segment likewise. So first of all, you need to understand these particular concepts. Then after, we need to go with the other issues here. So now let's start. Let's start the ECG. We just learned the basic issue. What is ECG? The word ECG may mean electrocardiogram or electrocardiograph, but it is most commonly used for electrocardiogram. Electrocardiography is commonly used non-invasive. Recognize this again, that it is not emitting anything here. Non-invasive procedure for recording electrical changes in the heart. Okay, electrical changes in the heart. The earlier one, X-ray, CT scan, MRI, that what we do here, we do the experiment. Okay, that means we'll take a laboratory, we'll take the patient to the laboratory, and we'll take the image of X-ray or CT scan or MRI. But nowadays, you may have seen over in hospitals, ECG is a continuous process. They attach and they watch, they monitor throughout the body, and nothing effective to your body here, because just we are recording the physiological contents and aspects of the body, heart particular. Okay, non-invasive procedure for recording electrical changes in the heart. The graphic record, which is called an electrocardiogram, shows the series of waves that relate to the electrical impulses which occur during each cardiac cycle. An electrocardiograph is a device which records the electrical activity of the heart muscle. What do you call depolarization and repolarization? Okay, what is electrocardiography? Electrocardiography, what it means? Electrocardiography is a technique by which the electrical activities of the heart are recorded for study. The sensors, electrodes are placed at specific parts of the body and linked to the ECG machine. An ECG is recorded using 12 LEDs. We say that 12 leads, we say sensors from the limbs and chest. You may have seen over in so many movies, even that ECG will be using by 12 leads in different places of the body they'll place, and sensors from the limbs and chest. Obtaining electrocardiogram typically takes a few minutes, after which the electrodes are removed. So the essential components of an ECG, that waves, intervals, segments, and complexes. Waves. Who are the waves? That P wave, QRS complex wave, T wave likewise. PR interval, QT interval, there are intervals. First of all, let me say the waves first of all, because we learned about the waves, that's why we need to see the waves particularly. Okay, what the waves we are seeing? P wave, QRS complex of waves, and T wave. So I think you got an idea what is P wave. It represents atrial depolarization or atrial systole. P wave shows that impulse is passing through the atria. Particularly when you want to say that, you have to say sinoatrial node. The normal duration of P wave is 0.1 second. Normal duration of P wave is 0.1 second. Next, QRS complex. What do you say it is? Ventricular depolarization or ventricular systole. The Q wave is a small negative wave. What is negative wave? Will go down. That's why we say negative wave. R wave is a tall positive wave. That means we are going up. R is a tall positive wave. S wave is a negative wave coming down. Okay, so QRS. This is P. So that what they say that the Q wave is a small negative wave, that with red I am showing. R wave is a tall positive wave, and S wave is a negative wave. Okay, so the normal duration of the QRS complex of the waves is about 0.08 to 0.1 second. So what is happening at the time in the heart? That ventricular systole, contraction of ventricle, or in the conduction point of view, if you want to say that, we can say from AV node to the bundle of His to the Purkinje fiber, electrical impulses are passing through. Next, the T wave. T wave is a positive wave. So we have completed the P, then QRS, then T wave. This is the T wave. It represents the ventricular repolarization. Its duration is 0.2 seconds. Its duration is 0.2 seconds. Okay. Let's take a look on the wave, P wave. So this diagram, just learning this diagram is enough for us. That everything will come. Segments, intervals also you can learn from this diagram. But let me show you first of all the waves, what we learn now. P wave. First we learn the P wave. So this is P wave. Okay, so this is the P wave. So what we said, atrial systole or atrial depolarization or contraction of atria or electrical impulses created in the sinoatrial node. Okay, next. The next small negative QRS complex 2. QRS complex 2. What is QRS complex here? In this particular case, QRS complex means the negative wave Q and then R, that positive wave S is the negative wave. That what it indicates? Ventricular depolarization. Ventricular depolarization or ventricular systole. Next, the blue one. This one. T wave. Ventricular repolarization. We can say ventricular repolarization, what you can say. Okay, so that's it. We learned that particular concept once you watch here. So then after we'll go that major P wave, Q wave and TRS complex. P wave, Q wave, P wave and QRS complex and T wave. These are the major one. Okay, after all learning this only, we need to go through the remaining concepts because these are the primary that they play 90% in examination. Okay, now let's come with the intervals. PR interval. PR interval. If you watch here, from where to where it is, first of all, let us watch them, then after we'll go there into the theory. Okay, what is PR interval? So what says PR interval? Okay, so see here, what is the beginning point of PR interval? Beginning of P wave, isn't it? Beginning of P wave. We use a better color for this, that you can understand much better. So I'm making lines for you to understand. You just see the PR interval, that's all, that box. And just see like me, first time when you watch in my angle, after that you will understand everything. Okay. What is PR interval? What is PR interval? It is there from the beginning of P wave to the beginning of QRS complex, we can see. Okay, PR interval is from the beginning of P wave to the beginning of QRS complex. Next, QT interval. You see here from where it started. From the beginning of the QRS complex to the end of T wave. Okay, beginning of the QRS complex to the end of T wave. Okay, we learned two intervals. PR interval covers atrial systole, we can say, isn't it? QT interval covers ventricular systole and ventricular diastole. Ventricular depolarization, ventricular repolarization. Let us try to read this PR interval and QT interval. Okay, PR interval is the interval between the onset of the P wave and the onset of the Q wave. Onset means beginning. You can write in that form. P wave, beginning of the P wave to the beginning of the Q wave. It lasts about 0.1 to 2.2 seconds. Okay, next QT interval is the interval between the beginning of the Q wave to the end of the T wave. It represents electrical activity in the muscle of the ventricle. So that means here total interval we can divide into two. So this is PR interval. Okay, the remaining that Q, R, S and the T, that is said to be QT interval. So okay, so that's it. Simply you just remember in that particular manner, PR and QT. Okay, so if I draw the total, it will come like this. Okay, so in that we'll make two boxes here. This is PR interval and this is QT interval. PR interval 0.1 to 2.2 seconds. QT interval is about 0.4 seconds. that in those conditions that QT interval is the represent the electrical activity in the muscles of the ventricles, ventricular depolarization we say, and it depends dependent on the heart rate. When the faster the heart rate, shorter the interval. Then if slower the heart rate, interval will be, QT interval will be longer. It's general logic here, isn't it? It lasts for about 0.4 seconds. That QT interval lasts about 0.4 seconds. Okay. Next, RR interval. What is RR interval? We didn't represent it anywhere. That means what is R if you come to know, that you can understand what is RR interval. That means this is P wave, QRS complex, then T wave. Next, I'll draw that one more, that is, that means one more ECG we have to make over, one more ECG. This is P wave, QRS complex, and then T wave. Okay. So what is this R? What is this R? This is RR interval. That means higher the deflection, we can say that from one R to the another R. So that remaining I'll make you here that P Q R S T, then P Q R S T. Okay, so we want only these two. That's why I highlighted them only. That RR interval. It signifies the duration of exact one cardiac cycle. It lasts for about 0.8 seconds. It lasts for about 0.8 seconds. That what we learned here, that reflection here, you can see clearly. 0.8 seconds. From one R to the another R. This is upward deflection. That's why it is very easy to recognize. Yeah, I'll show you this on white paper again. We'll take this on white paper. That I'll draw a number of times. There you can understand. You may have seen over these kind of images like this in many movies. Okay, let me show you like this. This is R. This is R. Okay, and one more R. From here to here. From here to here, 0.8 seconds. We are talking about. That in the movies, everyone knows. Those who don't know ECG, even they know. When line goes like this, the person is gone. In that way they show, isn't it? Okay, so that means that you can understand that movie makers were making us to read the ECG even. You may not, that the people may not read when they are live, but they read when they're dead. They show the ECG mission to you, that the line goes straight. What it means? The dice. How we come to know that dice? Background music make us to know, and background persons, surrounding persons, their cry, that things make us to know. Okay, so at least background person cry, and movies won't make you to learn all these things. That when they are live, we are learning live things. The movies are dead things that you need to understand now. Okay. Then let's continue. Let's continue. PR interval, QT interval, and RR interval that we are seeing here. PR interval, QT interval, RR interval. The next, segments. Segments, ST segment. The time period between the end of the S wave and the onset of the T wave, we can say ST segment. In our normal language, when you want to say what we can say ST segment is that between the time period between the ventricular systole to the ventricular diastole, that we can say simply. Okay, that ST segment. Let me show you the ST segment in the diagram. This is ST segment. That means the end of the S wave to the beginning of the T wave, that particular place. End of the S wave to the beginning of T wave. In the same way, we have PR segment also. End of the P wave and beginning of the Q wave. PR segment, we can say. The time period, the time present between the end of the P wave to the end of beginning of the Q wave. The time period between the end of the S wave to the beginning of the T wave, we call ST segment. Everything is there in the diagram, isn't it? Everything is there in the diagram. If you are able to draw this diagram, that is over. That's all. That's so simple to say. Let me draw this diagram for you. So you need to practice how diagram comes, no matter that way, whether you are drawn all the tissues clearly or not, that's going to be the matter. Okay, so that's it. This is the full ECG. Okay, so what is this? So the waves first we'll write waves. This is P wave, Q, R, S, T. Okay, P, Q, R, S, T. P wave, Q, R, S, Q wave, R wave, S wave, T wave. And then now we'll go with intervals. Oh, okay, we'll make it, no matter. With the red color, I'll show you. This is, oh, wait. PR interval. Atrial systole. What do you say? Oh, wait. Atrial systole. This is PR interval. Okay, next, what is QT interval? QT interval will use another color. This is QT interval. Okay, PR interval and QT interval. Next, PR segment. Okay, so here it is, PR segment. ST segment. This is here, ST segment. Okay. Next, this is as usual, P wave. We know this P and this is Q, R, S and T. That's it. PR segment. This is segment. If you come to know, they're just spending more time here. That is because if you learn diagram, that's enough. It's over. That's all. That you will be able to write in examination. You will be able to write. We just learn the diagram. That's enough. Okay. So what is this? PR segment. And this is ST segment. So next, PR interval. Next, QT interval. This is the blue one, blue line, QT interval. It's a PR interval and QT interval. That's it. Okay. So is that I request all of you to do this practice this diagram today, and make the calculations also here. That means the time taken for P wave, time taken for QRS complex, and time taken for the PR interval, then QT interval, RR interval. RR interval, to draw that we have to draw another diagram. That means two ECGs we have to draw. Okay, so that segments, ST segment. PR segment is not mentioned, but I said to you. That is the time period between the end of the S wave to the onset of the T wave, PR segment. So this is up to the ECG. Then why we are learning this? Why we are learning this means, when we know the normal, what will be the abnormality will come to understand. So that abnormalities are given here. If any MSET aspirant is there, so these particular points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you believe that from last 10, 15 years we are getting a question compulsory from here in MSET, that we don't have these particular clinical interferences in NEET because there is no representation in NCRT. But those are writing MSET examination for agriculture. That do you know that these 6 points, from these 6 points, regularly we are getting questions regularly. So those MSET aspirant, just watch there. In enlarged P wave indicates the enlarged atrium. Okay, that means we drawn the P wave like this. Enlarged P wave, that indicates enlargement of the atrium. Okay, so the next, variations in the duration and amplitude and morphology of the QRS complex. We know the normal QRS complex in the ECG, that this is the QRS complex. So that QRS complex. So variations in the QRS complex indicate the disorders such as bundle branch black. Because what is QRS complex, we said? That means ventricular systole. So that means what is it exactly? The wave transfer from the AV node to the bundle of His to the Purkinje fibers. So that means any kind of disorder in QRS complex, amplitude and morphology of the QRS complex, duration, amplitude and morphology of the QRS complex indicate there is a problem in bundle branch, means this particular bundle of His blockage in the bundle branch, lack of conduction of impulses to the branches of the bundle of His. Okay, easy to remember. That means if you learn technically like this, it's very easy to remember. The duration of PR interval. What is PR interval? That we need to know. First of all, I'll show you the PR interval once again. That PR interval nothing but atrial systole. This box, isn't it? PR interval is nothing but atrial systole. If you remember, that is PR interval is the atrial systole, but means PR interval is prolonged means what it means? Atrial systole is prolonged. This box. What it indicate? Delay in the conduction of impulses, because atrial systole prolonged means that the SCA node is getting affected. From impulse from the SCA node to the AV node is going to be late here to here. Okay, so PR interval is prolonged in bradycardia. Slow heartbeat, we say bradycardia. And shorted in tachycardia. So this interval is prolonged in bradycardia. When heartbeat is slow, PR interval is prolonged. Why? That means SCA node to AV node, that electrical impulses passing is late. We can understand the abnormalities by looking toward the ECG. The doctor can understand. We are writing only 6 points. That's why I am not going to say you will be a cardiologist after these. But at least some basic information we are learning here. So if the duration of the PR interval is prolonged, it indicates delay in conduction of impulses from SCA node to the AV node. Then PR interval is prolonged in bradycardia and shortened in tachycardia. Fast beating, tachycardia we say. Slow beating, bradycardia. Next, QT interval. So we just talked about PR interval, and next QT. So I'll show you once what is PR interval. This is PR interval, and this is QT interval. Second one, this is QT. So QT interval related to what? QT interval related to ventricular systole and ventricular diastole, isn't it? QT interval related to ventricular systole and ventricular diastole. So any problem in QT interval, prolonged QT interval, indicates that myocardial infarction and hypothyroidism. Myocardial infarction, a kind of heart disorder, and hypothyroidism. Shortened QT interval means it is shortened, this QT interval is shortened, that indicates, the shortened QT interval indicates that hypercalcemia, calcium levels increased. Okay, elevated ST segment, where do you find ST segment? So we are seeing the PR segment and ST segment. Again, I'll draw that, then here it is. I'll point out with arrow mark. So this is ST segment. What is ST segment? The end of ventricular systole and beginning of ventricular diastole. So that elevated ST segment indicates myocardial infarction. Elevated ST segment, a heart problem, myocardial infarction. Okay. Next, tall T wave indicates, if T wave is tall, that means this is the ECG. If the T wave is tall, hyperkalemia. If the T wave is small, this is PQRS complex. T wave is small, very small. So what you can say, understand, small, flat or inverted. So I just drawn the small or flat, straight. Okay, then are inverted. The T wave indicates hypokalemia. Okay, so inverted T wave or small T wave or flat T wave, we say hypokalemia. So that's it. These others to be remembered over, these others to be remembered. Why? Because for MCET aspect, that for NEET aspirant, no matter, when it is asked in 4 marks question, that you need to write this particular, the names of the diseases and on what way it is going to be problematic, and on what reason we are learning this. That means the ECG and the related disorders. Okay, so that we have to go through. Okay, so that's it about this particular the ECG, electrocardiogram. Electrocardiogram. Okay, so this is all about ECG and the MRI, CT scan, X-ray. We learn in the series.